Hi everyone, welcome to our series on Meet the Skincare Entrepreneur. My name is Lorraine Dahlmeyer and I'm the director of Formula Botanica. And if you've been following our series already, then you know that we've been interviewing other inspirational skincare entrepreneurs all around the world. And today I've got a very special guest speaker for you because I'm speaking to Meryl Marshall from Hint Beauty in the USA. So I'm just going to hand over to Meryl so that she can introduce herself, and then we're going to get started and we're going to talk about what made Hint Beauty a success and how she got to where she is today. So here we are. Hopefully we can see you now. Hi Meryl, you're on screen now. Do you want to just introduce yourself for the viewers?
Absolutely. My name is Meryl Marshall and I am proud to present Hint Beauty to whoever is viewing. So it's my pleasure and I appreciate this interaction, Lorraine. Thank you.
Oh, you're very welcome. Can you tell us a bit about your beauty brand and about Hint Beauty?
Absolutely. When I think of my brands, I think of several things, like keywords, like resilience. And my story plays a very, very big role in how I got to the point of where we are now. And, I've been through a lot in my life. I'm a 9/11 widow. A few years after that, I remarried, a widower with 2 young children, and I had 1 son. So we blended our family together, and we married in May of 2004. And 6 months later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And in between, I lost my mom. It was just one hit after another. And I always thought that I took care of myself and embraced wellness. But while I was going through treatment, I did a lot of research and I realized that I could do a much better job. And that included so many things, like from the food that I eat and going more organic and what do we put on our lawn and the cleaning products and all of these different things. And of course, all of the products that I put on my body and my family's body. So I just little by little started to educate myself. So and I'm still doing that. I'm still learning. And I'm still learning to make better choices. So that's really how Hint started. That was the birth of Hint. It started with one product and then it just kind of evolved from there. And I was accustomed to certain products having certain pigments, certain colors, certain textures, and have a certain type of packaging. And I missed all of that. So it's just been an evolution.
Wow, that's quite an inspirational story. Wow, your backstory is amazing, and I can't believe how much you've gone through to get where you are today. That's very inspirational. So that in itself is amazing. How long have you been going for? When did you launch the brand? And you said you started with one product. Which was that first product?
The first product was our concealer, which is award-winning. It's received a few awards and it's one of our best-selling products. It's very beloved. And then it just evolved from there. We've been in business for several years and our business partner had decided to leave. And then we just decided to relaunch into the Hint brand. So we kind of had a little bit of a foundation and we had a lot of relationships. So we knew that we had a good business to start with. We had, at that time, close to 10,000 customers on our e-commerce site.
Wow.
So it just made sense that we knew that we had something really good, but we realized that there were so many improvements that we could possibly make, which we have, and we're still doing so.
So how many products do you stock today?
It's about 100 SKUs.
Wow.
And it's all color cosmetics, a little skincare, a little bit of everything. And I think that most of our clientele, they look to us, they feel like they can trust us because they know that there's somebody that's looking out for them. So what I do is I I use the best quality ingredients, the purest ingredients. Many ingredients sometimes have their own preservative base. I found, let's say, aloe that's preserved with paraben.
Yeah.
Most companies will not disclose that because it's maybe 1% or less.
Yeah.
So it's very minute, but the point is, if I'm discerning, then my customer is discerning. And I feel like I am the stopgap. I'm the one that's the gatekeeper, and I make sure that that's thoroughly researched before we put those ingredients in a product and before we bring it to market.
Absolutely. And I know that many of our viewers feel exactly the same way. What you talked about with hidden preservatives in ingredients, it happens all the time, and it's such a huge problem in the industry. So do you formulate the products yourself, or do you now outsource? Because obviously with 100 SKUs, I mean, that's huge. How do you do that?
I work with the best of the best. I work with several different manufacturers. So that's what I do. I research. So I have one manufacturer that makes amazing loose powdered products. She's just an incredible formulator. She has a great eye for color, and we work side by side. And I like that. I like that. And I say, no, it needs to be a little bit softer or a little bit more yellow or whatever it is. And everything is tweaked from there. Yeah. And so I choose the best manufacturer for that particular product. It's maybe a handful of different manufacturers, but I like to work directly with that formulator, and most of which are women, by the way.
Yes. So, well, that's fantastic to hear, because often it is so hard to find the people to manufacture it if you're not manufacturing yourself, and to find someone you fully trust is very challenging.
It's very, very difficult, and we still consider ourselves an indie brand, and many manufacturers, they require very high MOQs.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that negotiation where, we say, well, we're growing. We can show that we're growing. Can you, instead of 10,000 MOQ, can you work with us and do 2,000 or 2,500, that kind of thing? And we have such amazing suppliers and manufacturers that really understand our limitations, but they know that they see the writing on the wall that, we're growing, and they're just coming along with us.
That's fantastic.
And it's important to note that when I sit with a formulator, we have a long blacklist of ingredients that we will not use. And we're very, very strict with that. So sometimes the R&D is a very lengthy process.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's great to hear that your supply chain is investing in your future together with you, because that's the best way to grow a business, isn't it, when you're all in it together?
Absolutely.
Based on your experiences, what do you feel makes a beauty brand special? What makes it stand out?
Several things. I look at the industry through the eyes of the consumer, not as somebody that's in the beauty biz. And I think that that's been very, very helpful. When I first started to research, and I went to Whole Foods and I started to look at the different brands that are there, and I found wood packaging and white packaging, and I just felt like it wasn't me. I don't think that the packaging needs to connote what's inside the product. I want my sexy, modern kind of packaging, but I want the confidence of knowing that whatever is inside is okay, that it's safe.
Yeah.
And so that, I think, is really something that has really an edge for us, is just looking at the business through the eyes of the consumer.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I wear all of my products.
Yeah. We're all consumers as well, aren't we? Okay, so you, I see obviously that Hint Beauty is stocked by a number of different retailers. I mean, you've got them listed all on your website. How did you set that up when you first got started? Because they're all over the US, aren't they?
Yes, they are. And we wish to expand upon this as well. Actually, right now, we're very involved with, registering our products, with the EU.
Right.
But we've also test marketed the products in certain international countries. And the response has been overwhelmingly phenomenal. So I think that we're very well appreciated there. So that's really where a big part of our expansion will be.
Wow.
But getting back to the US, most green beauty brands, it's very, very difficult to find them in salons and spas and just regular retailers in general. So that's been honestly a little bit of a challenge for us. But most of those retailers come to us. They say, I've tried it already, or I'm intrigued, can I try it? And that's how we slowly build, because we have very, very focused and involved retailers. So a lot of these relationships are with other e-commerce sites. Yeah. And we work as partners. So we we co-PR together. So we share social media, we'll do pop-up events, whatever is necessary to build the awareness of the brand is what we do. And okay. It's increasing.
So these relationships that you're building up, have they been very important to the growth of your business?
Extremely important. So, for example, we work with EcoDiva Beauty in Canada. They've been a fantastic e-commerce site for us, and they do so much in terms of PR. So we work together, and actually, we've developed a relationship with Charlene, and we speak sometimes once a week or once every other week, and we compare notes and we help each other with different resources. And it's really been very, very helpful. And also we try to listen, because she's selling it just as we're selling it. But her interaction with her customers, she will share that feedback, and that's very, very beneficial for us.
Fantastic. Yes, because we always try and tell people, it's all about building relationships. It's about getting the word out there. And it sounds like you're doing an absolutely amazing job with all these retailers and partners all around the world soon, possibly. I mean, you talked a bit about PR. From what I can see, you've been featured quite widely in the press as well. How have you managed to get your brand in front of key influencers?
This is a very important question, and one of my favorite parts of the business. I guess I just was aware in the very, very beginning that these key influencers were very, very important to share the brand story and also try the products. And, they'll talk about the ones that they love, and that will vary from influencer to influencer. And many of these PR connections, either they'll reach out to us, not that we're chasing them. And some of the very, very good interviews that we've done was just because the influencers have seen or have brought us to Beyond Birdie or Refinery 29. And I think that's really is the greatest part of the buildup is just going from one PR story to another. We've also won quite a number of awards. Most recently, 2 products with Sophie Giuliano of Gorgeously Green.
Yes, I saw that on your Instagram feed this morning. Congratulations.
And I got to meet her this past May at the Indie Beauty Expo in Los Angeles. And she's just dynamite. She's just such a strong presence. Also, Kristen Arnett. We have a wonderful relationship with her. We have wonderful relationships with a lot of the vloggers, the beauty vloggers that, they work together, and it's just a green community. And I think that has been so beneficial. We also work with many makeup artists that only or primarily carry green beauty in their makeup kit.
Yes.
So I think that's what I really enjoy, is just the camaraderie, and I could always go to them and say, I want to launch a nude lipstick or 2. Can I send you some colors that, we're mixing? What do you think? Can you try it on a few models? And so that's the fun part of the business. Business is hard. It's when you end up putting a 60 or 70 hour week that involves, just paperwork and travel and telephone calls and all of that, you want to have a certain aspect of the business that's fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I choose to focus on. That's what fuels me.
Oh, I totally hear you. Oh, yes, the admin, don't get me started. But it is so nice to have that community out there. And I've found the green beauty community, although small and intimate, it's still quite powerful in the sort of decision makers and influencers that we have in the community. So it's great to hear that you guys are really tapping into that.
Yes.
How important has social media been for your growth? Because obviously I've seen that you've got accounts, you've got Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram. How has that helped your business grow?
Instagram has been it particularly important for us. What we did was we hired a photographer and we have a staff lead makeup artist, Leanne, and we have our marketing director. We have a small but dynamite team. So like every week, we have at least 1 or 2 models that makeup is applied, just only Hint Beauty, and we record all the colors, and we share that on social media. Wow. And eventually we're going to load up some of these images on our website. So it really will be really true type of pictures. And when I say true, there's a meaning behind it, because we believe on photographing models of all different shapes and sizes, all different colors. We want women of color. We want older women. We want skinny women. We want fat women. We want women, just real women, because that's really, I think that's a very, very important appeal. And, most of the beauty industry is just focused on young with perfect skin. You know what?
Yeah, that's not real.
Things change and it's not real.
No.
So I would rather just deal with reality. And I think that's really, in just a few short months, we've gained about close to 4,000 followers.
Wow.
Every day we're picking up about close to 100.
Wow.
Every day.
That's really exciting, and that's a testament to the content and the quality of your content as well in that case.
And I think it's important that, we receive phone calls, and many times, and I have 2 women that work for us that pick up the phone and, give customer service and help aid in color selection and answering questions. But many times I pick up the phone because I want to deal directly with the customers. And they get so titillated, like, oh my gosh, it's you. And I mean, that's shocking for me. So I think that just being in touch and listening as much as I do speak, I think that's really a very, very important aspect of growing the whole PR machine and the whole social media machine, because it's just really sharing information. And when I speak with women and men, there are men that wear, especially like our concealer and they love our skin prep. They will say, I just realized that, whether someone's sick in their family or whatever, or they just decided to go healthy, green, and they say they tossed out all of their old products and they're starting fresh.
Wow.
To hear this. So I think that it's very much a clean beauty revolution.
I love it. And I love the fact that you're sitting there picking up the phone occasionally. I can just imagine your customers going, oh my God, it's like talking to a celebrity.
Yes, and that's so shocking for me.
Yeah, but yes, so many businesses don't do that, of course. And that disconnect between the customer and the people who make the decisions at the top is often missing, isn't it? So what do you think have been the main aspects that have really contributed to the growth of your business? I mean, you've touched on a few already, but if you had to summarize it in the top 2 or 3, what do you think they'd be?
Well, one of the things that we do is we give back. So we do many events. Many times they're done quietly too. We don't publicize it as much, but I will speak at events. I will tell my story. And it's not only about making better choices. It's also about resilience, of showing that you can do it even when you have heartbreaking things in your life, things that are challenges, things that are obstacles, you can do it, because we're here, and we just need to sometimes cope with our issues and then just move forward. And that, I think, is a big part of what we do. We also give a lot of products. We just did one in LA for a cancer center with a very big makeup artist there, Meridi Wicks, and we gave all kinds of products like to build eyebrows, and and she gave like a whole tutorial of how to look nice while you're going through treatment. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
The soft part of my, of my business, this touches my heart, and we do this regularly. So I think that that is one of the key elements that we do. The other thing is we do certain things like sampling. So if customers, they don't want to commit to a full-size lipstick and they want to see what the colors are, they could buy a $3 or $6 sample. We even give free shipping for any order over $5.
Wow.
So it does things to encourage people to, to try and to be more brazen with color and experiment more. So the sampling program has helped very much and has brought business over to full-size products. And let's see what else. And also, in terms of the finished products, we try to use no synthetic ingredients, the natural ingredients, but we try to use state-of-the-art formulations that have great pigment and stain power. It's never going to be like their synthetic counterparts, but I think that it's always getting better. And even like preservative systems, we're finding better ways, staying away from phenyloxyethanol and parabens, obviously, and some of the other questionable preservatives. So it's just an evolving process.
Wow, I love that. I love the way that you're giving back as well. That's so inspirational. And I'm starting to hear this more and more in the green beauty world as a whole. I think a lot of people who get into this industry, they want to give back. It's part of the reason they get into it. So, I mean, it's fantastic hearing all the work you're doing. It just sounds so inspirational. Okay, so I have one final question for you.
Okay.
Believe it or not, we've already been talking for 25 minutes. What advice would you give to a beauty entrepreneur who's first starting out and who wants to follow in your footsteps?
There's a lot of highs and there are a lot of lows, and many times the lows, it's hard, whether it's someone's not happy with a particular product or an account that you were hoping that would come through doesn't. It's very difficult. It's very hard. So I think you just need to, put on a happy face and be grateful for the positive things in your business and the little baby steps. That's what growth is. It's not going to be huge, giant steps. And I think that, run your business lean. It's okay. It's okay that to say, I can't exhibit at a particular show because I have to increase my inventory. It's okay to say, I'm sorry, but I can't pay for this advertising because, I need to buy more packaging or whatever it is. It's okay. It's okay to just say what it is. Don't worry about the smoke and mirrors so much. It is what it is. If you are an indie brand, embrace it. Embrace it. And also connect with other indies, because we help one another. Even like-minded, or like type of brands. I've had others say, I'm thinking of partnering with such and such e-commerce site. What do you think? You're on there. What is your experience? Just things like that, where there's an open exchange. And I've said to, I had a conversation recently with Rosemary Swift of RMS. And I said, I believe that there's enough business for all of us because it's a really growing field. And she heartily agreed.
Yeah.
But we talked about how difficult it is. And even though she's so, her company is so much of a larger company than mine, but she was able to, really let her hair down and say exactly what it is of all of the trials and tribulations. So my thing is, whatever money you make, try to put more back into the business to fuel it, because it's always important to come out with new products and new colors. And I think that's what it is. It's a constant thing of just putting back in, and stay the course.
I love it.
And be resilient.
Yes, exactly. Well, I think you're a perfect example of that. Someone who's just built up this incredible business. I love that. So embrace being an indie beauty brand, connect and make relationships with other indie beauty brands, and just keep reinvesting in your business. That's fantastic advice. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. I know that our followers will be really excited to hear about you and your story and your business. If they should follow you on any social media channels, where do you want them to come and follow you?
I think that most of our involvement is always Instagram and Facebook.
Okay, I will put those up in the video. Yes, well, make sure that you follow Hint Beauty on Instagram and Facebook. Thank you so much, Meryl, for taking the time. I'm just going to toggle back to me to just say goodbye. So thank you for following our series on Meet the Skincare and Beauty Entrepreneur. It was really inspirational today to listen to Meryl Marshall from Hint Beauty, and I hope you enjoyed the interview as much as I did. If you're watching this anywhere other than the Formula Botanica blog, please head on over to formulabotanica.com and come and have a look at the courses that we have for sale there. And make sure you check back in for the other installments for this series, which will be coming out in the coming months. Thank you very much. Bye.